everybody. Thank you for joining me for the Water Online Show on location. We are here at WEFTEC 2024 in New Orleans. My guest today is Joe DeVito. He is with Badger Meter. Joe, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Angela.
I always look forward to catching up with you and want to talk a little bit about your background because you're with Badger Meter now.
Correct.
But that wasn't always the case. You were actually in the
No.
utility space.
I was a commercial plumber out of New York, moved to South Carolina in the mid-'80s, joined a municipal system, City of Beaufort, who merged with the county system, Beaufort Jasper Water and Sewer Authority. I spent a full 30-year career with them, worked my way up, director of operations. And in operations in our group, it is the entire conveyance system. So it's raw water, treated water, sewer collection, effluent disposal. So from the treatment side and the field operations side, we joked they gave me pressure every day and I returned something in the afternoon.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really great perspective to have with a company like Badger Meter that is always so forward thinking. And I'm sure, you see their solutions really speaking to utilities. And one of those is this BlueEdge platform.
Yeah, the BlueEdge platform. And one other thing that gives me a little bit of an advantage to help speaking to utilities is I've been very invested in my community over the years that I've lived there, over 30 years, to the point I've actually been an elected official. I was the mayor of my town.
How wonderful.
So I have this perspective of how we see our citizens and how we see our utilities. And the BlueEdge, bringing everything together under a single platform where a utility can look at Badger Meter and say, oh, look at this unified solution that's available, not just water meters, because we're known for our water meters.
Sure.
119 years in business. I always plug this, 6 CEOs in 119 years. Think about that.
That is
Just
incredible.
think about that aspect. And now for the past 12 years or more, we've been bringing companies together that fit that mission that those CEOs have put in place and stuck with, and bring in items that allow utilities to understand what's happening beyond the fence, out in that distribution world, and inside the fence on the treatment process. And we call that BlueEdge. Badger Meter still exists. We're not going away. BlueEdge is the platform that everything fits under, from measuring to connectivity to working with experts, people like myself who don't know your system, but who understand now how the data can be utilized, and bringing that all together in that connected manner.
That's amazing. And the thing I really love about BlueEdge is it's not like one thing. It's going to look different for every single customer. And
that's the other thing, is that we're being very, very careful to say, all I want is this, and you can have it at a BlueEdge. It's, use the reference sometimes with Microsoft. All I need is Excel. Well, that's fine. Microsoft Office is amazing suite. I just need this one piece. With BlueEdge, I need pressure management. I need water quality way out in my system. We have battery operated devices that allow that to occur.
Right. And by the way, someday you may also want this piece, and you can add that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it opens the door in the future. You already have contracts, purchasing agreements in place with Badger Meter, with the BlueEdge suite. And now I just want to add this other piece. We don't have to start the process all over. You know the people, you know the company, you know what we're going to bring to the table. I just need to add this next piece into my utility.
Absolutely. And also the fact that, Badger Meter is they care so much about their customer. I know customer support is really, really important.
Yeah, it's interesting. We talked about my background, 30 years. You could imagine the number of manufacturers, distributors, account managers, salesmen that I have seen, engineering firms that have come in and knocked on my door. And when my initial career ended and I started thinking about a second career, the list became very short of people I was even willing to work with.
Wow.
And Badger Meter was one of those that was right at the top. The ability to create a partnership with who we sell our products to and who we service, and why Badger Meter allows us to do that. And they realize how important the partnership is, not just the sale.
Right.
And that's what we work very hard at.
Right. That's amazing. And the fact that customers stay with you for so long, it's just a testament to how well that's working for you guys.
And,
that's awesome.
Most utilities, like myself, we do our due diligence. I check, it's my job every couple of years to go out and look at the market, see what's available, test, and make sure that we're spending our ratepayers' customers' money or our citizens' money the right way.
Right.
And Badger always ended up on top for me, and that's where I ended up after the career was over.
That's perfect. It's a perfect match.
It is.
It is.
It is.
So, Joe, I want to understand your perspective on water management going forward in the future. Where do you see things headed? Any trends that you are noticing?
Well, first of all, the online trend. I mean, that's something that's been developing now for a number of years. Fixed radio system versus cell-based, which was where we're committed to, and the ability to put these sensors, these devices between water quality, pressure, measurement controls, anywhere out in your system easily is allowing the utilities to now finally know what's really going on out there. Because we always had our idea. We know our systems well. You spend a lot of time, you have a feel for it, but now you can prove it in a lot of ways. So what I've realized is that the field operations, the distribution, conveyance side of it is starting to realize that the data is more than just a single meter reading. It's more than just get out a bill. It's really telling us what's happening, and in our scenario, down to the 15-minute level, or for pressure and water quality, down to the 1-minute level. And there was so much that we were missing, and now we can see that. And it's starting to, between the engineering world, the operation world, the Badger meter is starting to get people to look at it and say, we can use this to plan. We can use this to predict. We can use this to really justify what we need to do in our capital expansions as we move forward. There's always been a number of things that say we need to do this, and now we can say, yeah, I believe we need to do this, and now here's why we need to do this and what's going on. And lastly, the ability to react to a situation before the customer makes the phone call, to be on site to say, we have a problem, we're working on it, and we're going to let you know exactly when it's going to be fixed. And that's what this online near real-time data is giving all the utilities. And expanding beyond that from the environmental side, from river management, stormwater, bringing it all together and know that a utility, a public works system is dealing with this precious resource of water from the beginning all the way through the end process on how it interacts with their system in that way.
It's amazing. Just that ability to be more proactive and be able to plan, as you were saying. I mean, nobody wants to get that call from the customer. The years of using the canary, which was our customer, is slowly going away, and that's my goal. That is to get to the point to say we want to tell them what's happening, not them tell us. I mean, we need to hear from our customers. We need to understand, the same as Badger Meter wants to hear from their customers. What do you need? And that's how we ended up with the BlueEdge portfolio, because this is what they were asking for. Well, now we want to give them the ability to do that with their customers. That's great. So exciting.
Yeah, it is a very exciting time to be in this industry.
Gosh,
it's a very exciting time.
Thank you so much for all your, your insights and your perspectives. Our viewers may be very curious to learn more about BlueEdge. Where can they go for some information?
Yeah, so the best way is to go to badgermeter.com. We have a very strong presence on LinkedIn. If you like LinkedIn, you can reach out to any one of us that work for Badger Meter. We will find you and we will give you the information you need. Obviously, we're here at WEFTEC, any of the big shows. We look forward to seeing you and discussing BlueEdge with you in the future.
Fantastic. All right, Joe, thanks again.
Thank you.
All the best
Thank you so much for having me again, and I always enjoy it. Bye-bye.
And thanks to all of you for watching the Water Online Show on location. I'm your host, Angela Godwin.